we serve during.
I'm Ilana Newman.
Conservationists are suing Elon Musk and Doge over the mass firings at the agencies that manage federal land and parks. Sierra Club managing attorney Gloria Smith says visitor safety, wildlife protection, wildfire prevention, and maintenance in states like Arizona are at risk.
There's a lot of work that goes into making a park presentable and safe for the high season when millions and millions of people visit.
The National Weather Service, part of the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, has been Musk's latest target. The Smith says NOAA provides critical, free, real-time weather service data.
On a rafting trip, if there's a huge storm, then there are flash flood risks, for example.
The suits argue Musk was appointed and is acting illegally. For the Daily Yonder and Public News Service, I'm Mary Sherman. For more rural stories, visit dailyyonder.com.
Good morning, everybody. It's your KCHW Morning Show. Paula and Sharon over there bantering away. It is Wednesday, March 26th.
There you go.
We're not up streaming on Facebook yet. If you're out there trying to find us on Facebook, you're probably not listening right now anyway, but we're getting there, having some technical difficulties. Got logged out. Can't get logged back in again. Don't know what's going on, but
That's terrible.
We love technical difficulties.
you know, it's trying to send a verification notification before I can log back in to a gentleman who lives in Maine.
Aha.
Yeah.
And he's probably out feeding the chickens.
I was just going
Right?
to say, he's probably like out doing chores, thinking everything is fine. Everything is fine.
So I was trying to get my personal Facebook on, at least so I got something up, because I do have access to the KCHW page, but all the settings, all the streaming keys, all the background settings are all different. So I'm trying to frantically change everything over to the current settings, and it's not working, of course.
Of course.
But I'm gonna keep trying in the background while we're doing the show and seeing if maybe I can't figure it out.
That
And
works.
at least give us a little bit of a late start. So good morning. How are you ladies doing today?
Good. Well, I was a little late this morning. I was
You
a little
were.
delayed. I'm so sorry. Oh, my goodness.
Your coffee was getting cold and everything.
Oh, my gosh. This morning, it was just a morning. I'll tell you, I hit that snooze button. I didn't want to get out of bed.
Yep.
Hearing the rain and the soothing sounds of the pitter-patter, I was just like,
See, there's many climates. I don't remember. Didn't have any rain at my house.
My house is wet.
Is it?
The rain.
Yeah, it's
Maybe it rained during the night. It wasn't raining this morning. Was it
Not
raining
this morning when
Oh.
when I finally got to my car.
At our
It
house,
wasn't raining, but
the ground was dry, but there was water running off the roof. But it could just be the condensation. It's very foggy this morning.
Oh, yeah.
very foggy.
Coming into work. Not speaking of, because it has nothing to do with fog, but we are back. We are up online streaming on Facebook now.
Yay!
So congratulations to us.
Okay, well, so we have to
Congratulations,
refresh
Jeff.
it.
Good job.
Speaking of, let's go ahead and get on to the weather. This is speaking of the fog, of course. We are looking at a high today of 73 degrees with mostly cloudy skies. 73 degrees.
That is insane.
That is crazy. We do have a chance of some pretty wild weather coming in today with this sudden increase of temperature.
Yeah.
I know I was looking at some stuff over. Yes, Sharon, there's a delay. Oh, no, we don't have the camera switched over. I was about ready to be sarcastic.
Oh, you keep saying, Sharon, there's a delay, but no, really, we're not
I
live.
know
Yep,
there's a delay, but there's no picture.
Thank you, Sharon.
Oh, my goodness. Yes, you were saying
I was
scattered
looking,
thunderstorms.
There's some reports of or warnings of some really bad storms happening from the west side over through the center part of the state.
Yeah.
Even some tornado warnings.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
I saw that. That is insane.
I guess not a warning, because a warning means there's actually tornadoes that have been spotted. So this has been in the last week. They've been calling for what is it? Not a warning,
an alert?
Advisory?
Yeah, advisory. Thank
Yeah.
you. Yes, because the conditions will be right. And apparently there have been tornadoes in Washington State.
Yeah, I
believe,
remember
2016 there were tornadoes.
I don't remember what year, but I think it was 20 or 30 years ago. There was
Yeah.
one that touched down up by Rice, which is
Is it? I'm gonna
on
look
the
it
way
up.
to Colville.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Last time.
All right. So yeah, 49 degrees overnight for our low. Again, partly to mostly cloudy skies with thunderstorms throughout the evening. Gusty winds and some hail possibly. Then tomorrow, temperatures getting back down to normal with a high of 57 degrees. Some showers in the morning. 39% chance of rain. More rain on Friday with a high of 54, a low of 39. 67%. You look like you're trying to say something.
When you're done.
Saturday, 54 and 35 with mostly cloudy skies, 17% chance of rain. And on Sunday, we have a high of 58 degrees, 40 overnight. Monday, 50% chance of rain, so probably more rain in store for us with a high of 52, low of 36 degrees overnight. Then Tuesday of next week, showers in the morning with a 39% chance of rain, 35 degrees overnight. So we have this, like, yesterday was gorgeous.
It was so pretty.
And then
Yes.
we've got this one day today of
Just
this
chaos.
crazy spike, lots of
Yeah.
crazy weather, and then things getting wet and back to normal a little bit for the next foreseeable future.
So
Yep.
about the tornadoes, apparently historically we have had tornadoes from 2010 to 2019. We had a tornado here May 21st, 2016,
Mm-hmm.
touchdown in Kennewick.
Yep.
And
Yep.
then in December 2018, an F2 tornado touched down in Port Orchard.
That's over on the
Yeah.
coast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then 2020 to present, we had a tornado March 25th, 2021, a brief EFU tornado, likely a land spout,
What did you
was-
say to me?
was spotted near Road 68 area of Pasco.
Yeah.
Wow.
It actually says EFO or EF0.
Yeah,
Well,
no
the,
idea.
the
You
Tri
said-
Cities, you know,
oh,
they get
now there's another one down there. Two different kinds.
it's that flat, dry desert. They get lots of.
Yeah.
I remember as a kid
Mhm.
there living in Kennewick, lots of really crazy thunderstorms. They'd have those big, beautiful lightning strikes that were like bright purple that fill the whole sky.
Wow.
Crazy. You get that like dry desert air, you know,
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
it,
yeah.
and then everything just sort of crackles.
No,
Wow,
I was
makes
going to say
sense.
that Joe Wilzinski says, "Good morning from Belize." So, Joe, what's the temperature and what's the weather in Belize?
Yeah, what's the
Good,
report,
good morning, Joe from Belize. Who's that guy?
Who's that guy?
Well, we miss him up here, I'm telling
We
you.
do. And so let's go ahead and move on to the mountain conditions while Joe waits to get his answer back to us. Of course, I don't know if I said it at the beginning. Of course, the weather and mountain condition report sponsored
Yes.
by 49 Degrees North Mountain Resort, who are having just a banner year up there.
Oh, absolutely.
For the snow.
That's awesome. They needed it. Last year
Mhm,
they didn't have hardly anything.
Oh,
But
exactly.
look at this snow
It's
depth.
crazy. So 74 inches of snow at the base, 8 inches of new snow in the last 48 hours with a current temperature of 40 degrees, 3 to 5 mile an hour winds with good visibility and no precipitation currently. Partly cloudy skies. I wonder if that fog, I bet you that fog is up there right now.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah. So up at the summit, we have a snow depth of 183 inches. Do the math really quick and see how
183 inches.
tall that is.
Well,
So
12 into that would be,
She's doing math.
yeah. You do the math while I finish this up.
Yeah.
what,
Four-
15 feet? 14 feet?
About that, yeah. That's crazy. Stay on the trails, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
14 inches of new snow in the last 48 hours. 15 inches of new snow in the last 72 hours. Getting a lot of great snow up there. 38 degrees currently with 5 to 10 mile an hour winds. A little breezy, not too bad. Good visibility, no precipitation, and partly cloudy skies. The surface conditions are listed as soft, wet, new snow, or soft, wet snow. It's groomed
Groomed,
and
yeah.
skier packed. It doesn't say their little thing here is empty that says how many trails are opened and how many have been groomed. Must need to refresh that. But for more information about these mountain conditions or events happening at 49 Degrees North Mountain Resort, you can visit ski49n.com. And I
It
think
says they got 213 inches of snowfall year to date.
that's wild.
Isn't that crazy? That's amazing.
That is so much more snow than they had last year.
Oh my gosh. It's
Yeah.
wild. I love it. I'm so excited for them because it's so pretty up there.
Yet-
Okay.
Yet we still haven't had the snow here in the valley.
I know.
We had a little bit, but
Yeah.
Right?
I think we had more down here on the ground than we did last year because I think last year we only got like one real snowfall and then we never had anything. We've had a few times sort of intermittently throughout the winter. We've had
Well,
a little bit,
yeah.
but never
And
had to plow or shovel or anything.
Mm-mm.
Right. And about every 20 years, we have the year of the big snow.
Yeah.
And I
yeah.
love those years.
I was going to say, are we ready, Sharon? Is it time? Are we going to have it this year?
Well, 2006, I think it was, somewhere we had a big snow, but we spent 3 weeks in the middle of December in Guatemala, and it was so wonderful down there. But we'd call every day to see how things were going. Oh, it snowed another foot, and I'm going, oh, dang, I'm missing the big snow.
Right?
Oh, you wanted to be there for that?
Oh, yeah, I
Okay,
love it. And
okay.
we came home, and you couldn't see, or we had a little Honda Civic, and it was totally covered. It was just
Oh, wow.
magnificent. It was great. Yeah.
See, I like the snow for the safety factor, for the fire danger factor,
Uh-huh.
and for the, I guess, just to keep everything the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
But as far as actually being in it, not so much a fan.
No,
Oh,
we have to make
yeah.
snow
Well-
igloos and snow fights and snow people.
Yeah.
Or sitting on the couch with a cup of hot coffee, looking at the
Hot
snow through the
cocoa.
window.
Yeah,
Yeah. Not actually being out in it.
Yeah. Well, that's why I like it every 20 years.
Right?
The big snow. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
I'm
I know.
glad I don't live
when,
in Lake Tahoe.
when we
Yeah.
first moved here, it was we were house hunting. It is the winter of 2016-17, and that was a year that broke every record. It was a huge, crazy deep snowfall. There were 3-4 feet of snow piled up everywhere. Of course, that was the year we decided to stay in an RV in Spokane in the winter in the
Oh,
snow.
yeah.
Of
It was
course,
miserable.
right? Yeah.
It was so
Yeah.
cold.
Yeah, been there, done that. Okay,
All right.
so for breakfast, we of
Yes.
course have the Wednesday morning rotating breakfast sandwich. I just have the visual of the children trying to catch this sandwich as it's rotating in the air. They can also have fruit breakfast parfait with granola, fruit, or juice, or they can have a variety of cereal with a cheese stick or yogurt with fruit or juice, hopefully some milk with that as well, and then also they can have bread or muffin with a cheese stick or yogurt and fruit or juice. And of course, milk is offered daily. For lunch today, they are going to have an egg roll. They're going to have a single egg roll.
I hope it's
You
a large egg roll.
It's like a burrito-sized egg roll.
Yes.
With some rice.
Ironically, that's what I had for dinner last night. It was a single
Oh my
egg roll.
gosh, we had egg rolls yesterday too.
Where'd those come from?
I know, right? They were so good. So they're having an egg roll with a kernel of rice and fruit and veggies.
Wow.
So I hope you packed your lunch today, kids, because you might need it. Oh goodness,
I'm
so
sure they have
bad.
plenty of side dishes to go with that egg roll.
Right?
Plenty of side
Okay.
dishes to go with their side dish.
They're gonna have fruit and veggies. It's gonna be that carrot and pea frozen stuff.
Now.
I
Oh my
like
goodness.
frozen
Have you
peas and
eaten
carrots.
at the school?
No, but we need to. We actually
I've
should
heard
go
really
and do
good
that.
things about
yeah.
it.
Yeah. I've heard really good things since they changed and had a new cook. But
Their cook must be on vacation for today.
well, years ago they used to have eat lunch with your kid day at the grade school, and parents could go in
fun.
and eat lunch with their kids. They'd sign up. And I always thought the meals were fine.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah,
Well, they have to
nice.
impress the parents. I
Yeah,
mean,
exactly.
the parents.
Yeah.
The parents are coming. Ooh, our guest is here.
Ooh.
Yeah, but we haven't finished our
We haven't
local
even
roundup.
started. We got
We
off
got
to a really
started
late
so
start. Had some
late.
technical difficulties.
So let's go with the birthdays. Do we have
Oh,
any?
yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Let me grab the calendar here. Today we have on our Truilla Valley Lions Club calendar Tim Murray with a birthday. Happy
And
birthday,
that's it?
Tim. That's it. Just
Ready?
one name on there.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Happy birthday. Happy day. Happy birthday. Yay. Yay.
Hey.
Sharon joined.
Good
Oh, that
job.
is so exciting.
I was so excited and so into seeing if Sharon was going to do it, I forgot to do it myself.
Right? Oh,
Yeah.
it's so cool.
Man, oh man.
Okay.
All right, so let's go ahead and get on with the
what's
Wednesday
happening?
roundup. Yeah.
Yes. Please.
Okay. Today is Wednesday, March 26th. We have.
Wait. Can we back up a second?
Sure.
Because I forgot to
That was a good sound effect.
perfect, Sharon. I forgot to do something before the beginning of the show here.
Okay.
No.
So
Oh,
Wednesday
yeah.
local roundup. Here we go.
All right now.
All right
Come
now.
on, boy.
You can't have a roundup without your horses.
Right?
Good boy.
Such a good horse.
Yeah.
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 And now our Wednesday local roundup with Sharon. Here we go.
Okay.
Sorry
Today
about
is
that.
Wednesday, March 26th. We start the day with soft pickleball. Actually, we start the day with our local Roundup radio show.
That's
Yes.
right. That's what I do.
And then we go over to soft pickleball at the old middle school from 9 to 11:30. And with the kind of weather we're having, they're going to be having it outdoors pretty soon.
Pretty soon.
Yeah, well, probably
I
not.
don't know with all
but-
that
Right.
rain coming up the next week or so.
Yeah.
And
probably
then just
not.
for those people who are interested in pickleball, Wednesday's the day you want to go. That's the beginner time to go for
Yep.
soft pickleball over at the middle school, and that's 9 a.m. to 11:30 a.m.
That's right. And it's for 18 and over.
Adults only. So sorry,
Yeah.
kids.
Yep. Also tonight, bingo at Fired Up Pizza from 6 to 7. That's an every week thing. And they have quite a following.
They do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that people, well, people just make note of all the places where there's music in town.
Right?
You know, and you can go do some kind of music almost every night. It's great.
Yeah, and I noticed that the Chihuahua General Store is starting to have live music too.
Oh,
Yes.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Yes.
told me this weekend they have. Oh gosh, I know the name. They have a young man in there from Deer Park.
Very cool.
I should know his name. We haven't scheduled on the.
I was gonna
morning
say
show in a
Craig will
couple weeks.
know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Craig will know who it is. I'll get that name here in a little bit. All right. Oh.
Okay, so I'm sorry, I made
Good
some
with
noise.
Papers
Yep.
rustling over there.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, let's keep going here.
Also on today is the Prescribed Burn Association Information Center at the Colville Public Library from 1 to 3. So if you want to learn about burning, and burning is allowed in Stevens County, but I believe there are permits and there are rules, and it's just a good idea to go find out the rules so that years ago there was somebody that was burning in this area, and it got away from them and went up the hill and
Oh my gosh.
you know, did
Wow.
did some damage and yeah, there's been a couple times like that. So if you don't know the rules and you don't know how to burn safely,
Yeah, don't do it.
Yeah, don't do it. This is a good thing to go to.
We have a firefighter a house away, so Daniel always goes over to him. Hey, I want to do this, and he goes, "Well, okay," and then
Oh, okay.
and then we've notified our local fire department.
Today also is Cougar baseball home with Northwest Christian. They had a baseball game last night at home against Kettle Falls, and I believe the score was like 23 or 24 to nothing. Chihuahua won that.
Wow.
It was quite a game.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah. And tonight also is a Cougar softball home against Northwest Christian, but that's a JV softball game.
I can't believe they're playing baseball and softball already. Are they playing indoors? Because there's
Nope.
no way the
No, it
fields
We
was
are
drove by
ready.
beautiful
yesterday. They were
yesterday.
out there. The field was beautiful.
You just take
Wow.
your blankets and your lawn chairs and you sit there and watch them, and the kids are running, and you know they're plenty warm enough. Yeah.
It seems so early.
No.
Dude, it's end of March.
And,
I'm still stuck in last September.
I know. I'm like
and
I'm in
today
January
is
somewhere.
a fourth Wednesday, so it's acoustic jam at Andy's from 6 to 8 tonight. 6 to 8 tonight. So you could go get. You can just go. You can just do all kinds of things today.
Just
then
cruise
to-
around.
Then tomorrow, unless you have anything else, you two.
I don't
Nope.
have anything else
I don't
now.
have
Okay.
anything else.
Okay. Tomorrow, March 27th, is Oasis has karaoke with DJ JD from 8:30 to 11:30 p.m. tomorrow, and that's every week on Thursdays. So you can, like I keep saying, you can go do music every week. It's just so
Yeah, you can.
exciting. You got people come to town, take them out for some music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the Chihuahua Food Bank is open from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Yeah, I'm kind of going backwards on this too for
Right.
tomorrow. Yeah, Senior Bunko, second and fourth Thursdays from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. So that's during the same time as the food bank in the same building, just two different ends of it.
That's
Oh,
awesome.
Very cool.
And
Very
do you
cool.
remember the food bank is having their food drive? So they also had a sign up the other day. They need pet food.
Yes.
Oh,
So
yeah.
dog
Yes.
food, cat
Yes.
food. If you feel like donating some dog food, cat food, or just drop off a 20 or something to them so that they can go buy exactly what they need. But
Yeah.
they are definitely having their food drive. So if you can help them in any way, please do. And if you need help, go to the food bank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the pet food is really important. I was just noticing this morning that there was a pet rescue, a dog rescue, and the rescue they rescued sounded like about
Yeah, a litter.
$40.
Oh my
40
gosh, I
dogs.
didn't see that. Yeah.
Yeah, and one of the things they needed was even pet dishes.
Wow.
You know,
Yeah.
and she said pie pans, bread
Yeah.
pans
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
pet dishes and food and, you know, even vaccines. And she said where to go buy them, you know.
Wow.
Interesting.
Well, I've always wondered, people on food assistance, it doesn't cover any medicines or pet products, pet food. I've always thought it should cover pet food because you bring in a pet, it's part of your family, it's a member of the family, and
Yes.
you don't plan on needing assistance when you get that pet. I know a lot of people say, well, you shouldn't have a pet if you can't afford it, but you don't know what's going to
Yeah,
happen.
life
in the future.
changes.
Yeah.
I've
Well,
always
and-
thought that should be something covered by food assistance.
Right, and a
but-
lot of those dogs and cats that have to be surrendered,
Mhm.
if you get hard times, that's
Yeah.
one of those things. And how hard would that be? You're right, they're like a member of your family.
Devastating.
Yeah.
It'd be
Yeah,
devastating.
just awful to give up a pet because you
Or-
couldn't afford it.
I heard a story the other day. It was, and I've heard of it happening before. It's pretty common. People with pets that have a medical emergency or some sort of medical issue that can't afford it,
Yeah.
so they find organizations that say we will pay to get your animal the treatment they need and save your pet, but you have to give it up.
Oh
Like-
my!
Oh my god.
What kind of monster would do
That's
something
terrible.
terrible.
That's terrible.
Like you're going to pay the money to save the animal, but then
They can't go home.
give it to another home. I don't understand why.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Wow.
Terrible.
Wow.
Sorry, on a rant.
Okay,
going.
so back to tomorrow,
27th,
the
yeah.
27th. Do we know if line dancing is still going on from 2:30 to 4:30?
Somebody was supposed to call. I can't remember which one of us.
Yeah,
It was probably me.
It was probably me. I didn't do it.
Okay, it's on our to-do list again. We'll have to find out
Yeah.
about the line
Hey,
dancing.
all three of us. Let's call for line dancing.
I'm like, wow, there's so much interest. We better bring that back.
And tomorrow, the Jenkins High School Cougars they're playing golf at Wilbur at their golf course. They're playing softball at home against Kettle Falls. That's a JV game. And they're playing baseball at home against Kettle Falls, and that's also a JV game. So we've got a lot of sports going on. It's spring. And like I cautioned you last week, check with your
Right.
athlete to see if we have this thunderstorm that's maybe rolling in today,
Yeah.
this evening.
these kind of things could be canceled.
Yeah.
And so now they're home, so it wouldn't be so far. But if you had to go to Wilbur and you were thinking about going there and then it was canceled because of a storm, you don't
You'd
want
be
to
driving
drive
in it. Yeah. That'd be
yeah.
awful.
Yeah.
Wow.
So you want to double check with that.
Oh,
And I checked the schedule on the school's
The website.
webpage. Yeah, each night while I'm fixing my script here, and there's changes. There's changes.
All the time. Yeah.
Yeah, all the time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
So
don't forget the tech help at the library
Okay.
has changed to Thursday from 3 to 4 p.m.
oh, that's
Yes.
good to
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
even though it says Wednesday, it's actually Thursday.
Yep.
So somebody needs to slide that over.
I know. The person is very, very busy who's monitoring this.
Yeah.
Working on the updated version.
Yeah. The
Okay.
calendar in general. Yeah.
yeah.
So we'll go into Friday, March 28th. We start the day with the chamber out at the casino, 7 a.m. All are welcome to that. We have nonprofits, business people. We have just citizens that want to know what's happening in Chihuahua that come to the chamber regularly. So you're all invited.
Blessings.
Excuse me. We have adult pickleball from 9 to 11:30 at the middle school.
It's the hard pickleball.
Yes.
Hard.
Hard.
And then we have a lot of other things going on.
There is Moana. Moana. Moana, 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 Moana.
That's right. But we also at the same time have at Fired Up Pizza all ages karaoke with Cry from 6 to 9, and that's every week. Stage time does open Friday night, 7 p.m.
Moana. Right? I know. Really excited.
I just, for some reason, have a tickle in my throat.
Right?
Yeah.
Moana, Moana.
Well, and that is not their first production because they will be giving for area schools. They'll be doing 3 productions on Thursday and 3 productions during the day on Friday. And they have between 100 and 150 coming to each one of those 6 productions.
I'm so excited. I'm volunteering tomorrow, so I'm super
Yeah.
excited. But if you out there would like to go see Moana, it opens up on the Friday at 7 p.m. And you can go and check it out for only $10. And then they have performances on the 29th from 10, 2, and 7 p.m. And then March 30th from 2 to 7. And I'm just telling you,
It's
this
not
is going to be
2,
epic.
7, it's 2 and
2
7.
and I'm too excited. March 30th at 2 p.m. and 7 p.m.
Because if you decide to stay for the whole time, the kids are having a pizza party between their shows.
Oh yeah,
between
and
the
then
2
they're not
o'clock.
going to share their pizza.
They're
They're
not.
ravenous.
They're
They're
not.
like,
Sure.
stay away. Yeah.
Yeah, don't get your hands in there.
Yeah.
So you know people from the theater. How are ticket sales going? Are there, if
Well, I'm getting calls at the theater at the office, and so we've sold some pre-sale at the office. I have heard they're doing well at the 2 outlets. We'll ask Debbie when she, our
Yeah.
guest, how they're doing online.
No pressure, Debbie.
because I know my family, we're still getting ours. It's just a matter of getting the teenagers to give a yes or no. Are you going to the show? Do you want to come with us to see the show? I don't know.
I don't give my teenager an
Oh.
option. He's helping. He's volunteering with me tomorrow.
It's a good show for even the teenagers to see because we've got so many teens in it,
So
and
many
the costumes
teens.
are really,
They're
really
so
fun.
awesome.
Yeah.
And there's a boat. Did the boat? I haven't seen the final boat.
Oh yeah, and that's really nice. And the islands, there's 6 islands.
Oh my gosh.
That are like 10 feet long and 4 feet wide, and they float in and off the stage. They're really
Oh my
amazing.
gosh, that is
That's
so
incredible.
cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Really excited about Moana.
Yep. And
Are
there
you?
are 70 kids in the production.
That is awesome.
And as
70?
we're 70.
70.
That is absolutely incredible.
Right?
Yeah. And it's an hour show, a little more than an hour. And some of the kids, Gail and I, we do the costumes, and we're sitting there watching last night again, and we go, we put a lot of work into those coconuts for the 2
I
minutes
cannot.
there.
I'm so excited about the
2
coconuts.
minutes
I
there
can't
on
even.
Stage.
I know I was glad I backed away from the mic, but oh my gosh, the coconuts are like my favorite. I'm going to be in the audience like, yes.
Well, in one of the they're like sandwich boards, the coconuts. So they have a print, a face on the front, and this plain on the back. And one of these little 5-year-olds came out with it backwards. The face was on his back.
Aw.
It was darn cute. Anyway.
I know we have to move along here, but
Oh, yes.
I want to read the description of
Okay.
Moana.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is from the Stage Time Theater School. They're inviting you to embark on an unforgettable adventure with Disney's Moana Jr., a vibrant musical celebration of courage, self-discovery, and the power of heritage. Guided by the ocean's call and her grandmother's wisdom, Moana, the spirited daughter of
Motunui, yeah.
Motunui's chief, set sail on a quest to restore the stolen heart of Te Fiti and save her island from impending darkness. Along the way, she teams up with the charming but self-doubting demigod Maui, confronts a dazzling and dangerous crab Tamatoa, and bravely faces the fiery demon Taka. Featuring beloved songs like How Far I'll Go, You're Welcome, and We Know the Way, this heartwarming tale reminds audiences of all age that true strength comes from knowing who you are.
Yeah,
There we go.
and there's some really highlight moments. One of them is, as you were reading that, Moana's grandmother gives her some advice, and then she dies.
Yeah.
And then she goes and she goes to the with the other ancestors, and that whole scene is just remarkable to me because it shows her dying, and then she goes and whatever, you know.
Yeah, she becomes a manta ray.
Yeah, and so
Yeah.
it was just really, yeah. Okay, back to
Cool stuff.
Friday, March 28th.
So
We also
exciting.
have, if you have tickets for a different day to see Moana, you could go to the Boomtown Bar and see 49 Degrees North and see Tucker James from 11 a.m. to closing.
Nice.
And also, we have, of course, Jenkins Cougars, softball at Kettle Falls, tennis at Sprague, and baseball at Kettle Falls. And like we said, check with the team to make sure, because those are all away games.
Nice.
Now, Saturday, besides Moana, like Paula said, 10, 2, and 7, we also have Cougar Track at Colville, and the Colville Animal Sanctuary Vaccination Clinic will
Yes.
be
Right there. Yep.
right there. And that's a very reasonably priced vaccines for your animals. They have rabies. They have all their vaccines. They're $20, $25, $20, $30. Very reasonable price.
They have rabies shots, just to clarify. The people at the Colorado Animal Sanctuary don't
yes,
have rabies.
I said vaccinations, vaccines. Yeah.
Debbie is rolling her eyes. She's like, oh my goodness.
And it does say your dogs must be leashed and your cats must be in carriers. And from what I understand, the cars are lined up and they do the vaccines until they run out. And so
That's
if you're not
awesome.
there lined up, you
Yeah.
might not get your animal taken care of. But they have, go to their website and I don't
I
have
think
it.
it's
They
on
don't
there,
have,
yeah.
it's not
But if
on
you
this
just
flyer.
search for Colville Animal Sanctuary, Colville Valley Animal Sanctuary, you'll find it.
Yeah.
And you know what? We have an appointment to get our dogs groomed tomorrow, so they won't be so embarrassing looking when we go to take them to get their vaccines on Saturday.
There you go.
Ah.
And then Carrie Gibbs responds, trying to get a teen to be seen with their family is always a struggle. Yes.
It is.
Which is why I
It is.
voluntold my child to work with me.
Which is why you don't give them the choice.
This is a family activity, and you are part of this family.
Yep, exactly. You will suffer. You will
Yep.
be seen with your parents and we're wearing Santa hats or something weird.
Sunday, March 30th, we have the All Ages Blues Jam from 4 to 7 at Fired Up Pizza with the dinosaurs. And I know that Paula's husband goes to that regularly, and that's a fun thing.
Yes, and we are getting tons of musicians from all over. So it's just growing and growing. It's really cool.
Yeah.
If you have some time, go check out the Blues Jam on Sunday.
Yeah,
Yep.
and again, multiple other side projects have been formed from people
Yes.
getting together during that jam session. There's
Yeah.
a lot of great stuff's come out of it.
Yep. And then the last shows of Moana at 2 and 7 on Sunday. It's amazing. In 4 days, they do 12 shows. But, you know,
That's amazing.
and they're all very tired when they're done,
was
but
gonna
they have
say.
so much fun. Yeah. Then Monday, we have adult pickleball and Cougar golf at Deer Park and Cougar tennis at Freeman. And then we just have some highlight things coming up that we'll just touch on. Recycled Art Show is April 3rd, which is just a week away.
It is. It's wild.
The April 5th, which is a Saturday, the Chihuahua Arts Guild has an evening of wine and poetry. Oh, and that April 3rd is the first Thursday art
Yes,
walk.
yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, which the Recycle Art Show is part of the first Thursday Art
Yeah,
Walk.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then coming up, thinking about this, April 12th is a citywide cleanup. And that's really kind of a nifty thing. The city is providing again,
Okay.
the roll-offs, the big roll-off dumpsters where you can bring, well, what does it say? It's dark in here. It says you can bring appliances, tires, scrap metal, mattresses, car batteries, latex, paint, and furniture. Some of those things you can't put in your local
Right.
Yeah.
garbage can.
Right.
Yeah. And so just like even the latex paint and mattresses, we talked about that last week. You know, if you have things like that, bring them. And it's free.
Yeah, it is.
That's a good day for lots of cool stuff. Because also that evening, I just posted the wonderful poster on Facebook on Chihuahua News and Information. We're having the Bards of the Coed. My old band
Yes.
is coming out to Seattle. They're coming over the mountain to Spokane. Oh, you got it. Yes.
Yes.
They're coming over, and we're going to do a reunion performance. So we performed up and down the Seattle area, all the way down to Portland, all the way up to Bellingham for over 12 years. And
That is
so,
incredible.
yeah, so 2 band members are coming over, and we're going to do a reunion show. It's going to be a lot of fun, a lot of music that we haven't done in a long time. So
I'm
come
really
and
looking
visit.
forward to that one.
Right? I know.
Yeah.
It's good. I'm super excited.
Yeah.
And
And
the poster's beautiful.
that's a
Thank
highlight weekend
She did a good
also
job.
because the Colville Valley Animal Sanctuary is having their secret garden gala and auction that night. And so you've got 2 different nice things to go to. Well,
You know, you talked a little bit about Chipper Days. Just to remind everyone, if you do have brown water right now, the city wants everyone to know it's because they are flushing the systems.
On the 31st.
Yeah, no, that happens. You know what? I keep reading it.
31st.
I keep reading it wrong.
Yeah.
Because the first paragraph tells me the dates to announce it.
Yeah. No, it's on the 31st.
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
set your calendar. Do not use your hot water on the 31st. Make sure your
And-
lines are clear.
and wash
31st
machines and
through the 3rd.
dishwashers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it could, and it's going to be just real short. Whenever
Yeah.
they're in your neighborhood, you will see them.
Yeah.
They'll be out
Yeah.
there with their truck and flushing the lines and everything. So coming up, just to think about it, there is a gardening workshop April 19th. We'll talk about that more. It's in Colville, but it's a gardening workshop, and it's a lot. It looks like a lot of fun. Citywide yard sale, first weekend in May. Gather your stuff. Start putting stuff in boxes. Get ready for that. Wine and dine at the Chewelah Golf Course on May 3rd. Farmers Market opens May 9th. I know
I'm
that's
so excited.
I know that's 6 weeks away, but that's not that far away, really, with how
No.
fast we've been going. here.
Right?
Sharon, the operative word is that's only 6 weeks away.
Soon.
Yeah.
And then speaking of Chewelah Golf and Country Club, Rusty Putter recently had the Murder Mystery event.
Oh,
Where
yes.
the murder of Wanda Skies, internationally world famous artist for her use of vermilion. And I wanted to let everybody know that those who voted for who did it, right? Overwhelmingly, the people thought that Raven Redwing was the murderer.
Ooh.
Overwhelmingly. And then, after Raven Redwing, they did think it was Levon Lavoie, who is the one who actually killed Wanda Skies. But there was some question if it really was Levon Lavoie.
I think it may have been
because-
pinned on her.
Right, because she had a fight with Miss Skies, and Miss Skies fell and hit her head, and she thought she was dead, but maybe it was the investigator, Gus.
Who came in and let her think she had done it.
Oh,
We may
my.
never know.
We
Yeah.
may never
We may
know.
never know.
But yeah, so it was overwhelmingly people thought it was Raven Redwing. Then they thought it was Levon Lavoie. And then we had a few people who thought it was Hermaine Hughes. They just thought that would be so obvious, though, that not very many people thought it was him. But that
I think it was
investigator, that
Sussy Gus.
Gus guy, right? He
Yeah.
was looming, and he was the last one in. So
What a creep he was, man.
Okay, we're just about out
Yep.
of time, and
Yep,
there's
we got
one other thing I want to just say. Now, I'm hoping Joe is still listening because Joe started this. The Pacific Northwest Film Makers Fest Showcase is scheduled for May 22nd at the AutoView Drive-In, and that's a free event.
Oh,
Very
nice.
cool.
And they show local filmmakers in the past they had some from the 50-hour slam in Spokane and different things, and I don't know exactly what they're doing, but it's that's coming up. And you have to have your your submissions by April 11th.
Ooh, soon.
Slam
Yeah.
Weekend was last weekend,
Yeah.
so those films should be up and ready to go by then. So hopefully, I
Yeah.
don't know. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, and so that's really kind of fun that even though Joe has left us and moved to Belize,
He's still with us.
yeah,
Joe has left the building.
yeah, they are continuing with the film festival that he started. I just think that's
Nice.
exciting.
And really quick before we go, Debbie's been waiting over there very patiently for us. I don't know. I can't see her face. I don't know how patiently she's been waiting.
She's giving you a look. She's
I
giving you
know.
a look.
I know that makes sense. We are running a little bit behind here. We got a little late start on the show today. Would like to remind everyone that Chewela's Got Talent signups are
Yes.
available now. We even had a couple people sign up over the weekend at the Home and Garden Show. The first weekend of auditions are May 3rd. The second day is May 10th. That is from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. I'll be getting those once I get, what I'm really waiting for is to get the final approval and some proofreading and stuff before I get those links up live on our Facebook page and our website. There'll be online signups. There will be forms to donate if you would like to donate towards the prize funds. We're looking for businesses and even individuals to sponsor
Yeah.
that money. Most of the money will go to prize money after the expenses for the event are paid. Last year we gave away $1,200. I'm
Isn't that
hoping to
awesome?
get
Yep.
quite a bit more than that this year. So we're going to see where that leads us. But yeah, and again, you don't have to make it through the first round of the auditions to get to the second round. They're just, some people can't make one day, so they
Right.
can come the other day. So March 3rd and March 10th are auditions.
Right. We're
The
looking
final
for.
show is
Yep.
March 24th. And
So-
the final show is going to be at the theater.
You can juggle poodles. We want to see you.
Yeah.
I don't want to see people juggle poodles. Maybe
Tiny.
maybe if they're plush animals or something. Not real ones, please.
But we want whatever you can do. If you can unicycle while playing the ukulele, we want to see you. If you're doing a magician, if you're an illusionist, we want to see you. If
Yes.
you have something that you can knit a blanket in 5 minutes, we want to see
Ooh,
you.
speed knitting.
Speed, right?
And I still want my the jug band with the
Oh, and the
playing
jug
the
band?
saw and the
Yes.
spoons
Yes,
and
I want-
all of that.
I want all
I
of
want
it.
one of those.
Yeah.
I want all of it. I want to see some wild stuff. So
Yeah,
we're going to
yeah,
get
yeah.
the word out. We're going to get people signed up really soon here. But first, we need to take a break. Do I have anything else?
Nope.
Nope.
All
nope,
right.
Nope.
Let's go ahead and get to break so we can bring Debbie on. We're going to have her on for the second half of the show and talk about stuff going on with the theater. She is, oh boy, she's directing a new play, don't you know?
You know, I heard about
be a
this
good
thing
one.
going on over there, you know.
We're going to have her on here with us here in just a little bit, boy howdy, and we'll be right back with the KCHW Morning Show right here on KCHW 102.7.
The Northern Lights Radio didn't just say.
Goodness sakes.
Sharon's had enough of this chicanery.
Ooh, we're wired now. We got a late start, but we're going now.
The Public News Service DOA Newscast, March the 26th, 2025. I'm Mike Clifford. Several Democrats in Congress called Tuesday for the resignations of Pete Hegseth, the Secretary of Defense, and Michael Waltz, the National Security Advisor, over their involvement in a Signal group chat discussing U.S. strikes in Yemen. That for the New York Times. They report Senator Mark Warner of Virginia, the top Democrat on the Senate Intelligence Committee, criticized both Hegseth and Waltz during a hearing Tuesday, where he said that others who had discussed sensitive defense information in an unclassified chat would most likely have been fired. The Times notes Warner went further on social media. When the stakes are this high, incompetence is not an option. He added Pete Hegseth should resign and Mike Waltz should resign. Meantime, meteorologists are warning that cuts to the National Oceanographic and Atmospheric Administration, or NOAA, will threaten American safety, especially in states like Colorado, with extreme weather events.
The Trump administration wants to cut up to 20% of NOAA's staff, more than 1,000 jobs. Bernadette Woods-Plackey with Climate Central says NOAA's National Weather Service provides critical weather data forecasters rely on for warnings and advisories.
Because of NOAA data, we know when to evacuate ahead of storms, fires. We know when not to evacuate, which is also really critical because that saves a lot of money and a lot of time.
NOAA data also helps Coloradans navigate risks, including avalanches, floods, high winds, air quality, red flag wildfire warnings, and extreme heat. I'm Eric Galatas.
And a local Meals on Wheels organization is forging ahead with an event to provide meals and personal care items to seniors in 4 Illinois counties, despite the looming uncertainty about federal funding that helps to run these programs.
March for Meals brings community members and elected officials together who volunteer to deliver and serve nutritious meals to seniors in Cook, Grundy, Kendall, and Will counties. Caitlin Wilson, who manages the group's community cafe in Schaumburg, says they also help pack care bags to deliver to those who are homebound.
Just to know that they're not alone, that we are here, and that they're not left just at home, that we are thinking about them.
Nationally, March for Meals commemorates the Older Americans Act and the funding it provides for nutritious programs for people in their 60s and older. I'm Judith Ruiz Branch reporting.
And from the New York Times, a federal judge Tuesday ordered the Trump administration to halt its efforts to arrest and deport a 21-year-old Columbia University student who participated in pro-Palestinian demonstrations. The administration began seeking to arrest student Youngseo Chung this month, according to a lawsuit filed by her lawyers. The judge said during a hearing in Manhattan federal court Tuesday, nothing in the record indicated that Ms. Chung posed a danger to the community or a foreign policy risk, or had communicated with terrorist organizations. This is Public News Service. Amid a severe teacher and staff shortage, school support workers and their unions rallied Tuesday in Harrisburg for a better living wage. Our Daniel Smith has a story.
The group says House Bill 777 would raise wages for more than 41,000 school staff members. More than 100 people gathered on the Capitol steps and met with lawmakers to gauge their support for the bill. Aaron Chafin with Pennsylvania State Education Association says it would raise the pay for support staff in public schools to a living wage of at least $20 per hour.
About 45% of our colleagues that are support professionals would would benefit from a raising the wage to $20 an hour. And unfortunately, so many of our educational support professionals, they're not able to make ends meet with the current salaries that they have. Many of them have a second job.
The House bill has 22 co-sponsors, all Democrats. Chafin says it would raise support staff wages by about $3 an hour.
And the U.S. plans to import 420 million eggs from Turkey in the hopes of combating nationwide egg shortages and sky-high prices. But the Associated Dean of the School of Public Policy at UC Riverside, Bruce Babcock, says the move would only lower prices by a small percentage.
In order to lower egg prices by a significant amount, say 10%, the nation would need to import close to 2 billion eggs, an unlikely scenario.
Other countries don't have that many surplus eggs. And if they did try to export that many eggs to the United States, their egg prices would rise dramatically.
As avian influenza continues to spread, each day resulting in the culling of thousands of chickens, the U.S. government is scrambling to keep costs low for consumers. According to the website SoFi Learn, West Virginia ranks among the states with the lowest egg prices. Nadia Rumlagan reporting.
Finally, wildland firefighting is a tough job, and the industry has long struggled with worker retention. Training boot camps have helped bring new firefighters, especially women, into the fold in recent years, but federal cuts could threaten that progress.
About 84% of federal wildland firefighters are men, according to the U.S. Government Accountability Office. Boot camps targeting women have been popular. Montana saw its first just last year. Reva Duncan with Grassroots Wildland Firefighters worked in fire for over 3 decades and says the boot camps offered a safe environment to raise concerns.
Beyond the actual required training, just having discussions about, well, how do you address hygiene? You know, what do I do if I feel like I'm being treated unfairly? And those kind of questions that don't get covered in a classroom setting.
I'm Kathleen Shannon.
This is Mike Clifford for Public News Service. We are a member and listener supported. Hear us on interesting radio stations, your favorite podcast platform. Find our content and our trust indicators at publicnewsservice.org.
It's 8:18.
Your KCHW Morning Show is made possible by donations from
Colville Toyota. Colville Toyota, located at 160 West 3rd Avenue in Colville, offers new and used vehicle sales and service. Vehicle sales is open 8:30 a.m. till 7 p.m. Monday through Saturday, with a Toyota Express Maintenance Center open 7:30 a.m. till 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. More information on Colville Toyota's vehicle inventory and services is available at colvilletoyota.com. A small-town dealership with a big heart.
and by Chihuahua Flooring.
Chihuahua Flooring at 214 East Clay in the 3rd Street Mall offers a wide variety of products including carpet, ceramic and porcelain tile, vinyl and laminate planks, and vinyl sheet flooring. Chihuahua Flooring carries products for both commercial businesses and residential homes, including brands like National Flooring, Dell Tile, Mannington, and Mohawk. They also offer blind repair. For more information, you can visit online at chihuahuaflooring.com, call 509-935-8021, or via email at chihuahuaflooring@gmail.com.
This is KCHW 102.7.
Thank you for that, Chuck.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Good morning. Welcome back to the KCHW Morning Show. We are back with myself, Chuck Ritchie, Sharon Ludwig, Paula Randall, and our very, very special, lovely guest, Debby McConnell from the theater. Oh, Debbie, I got to get your camera fixed. You are like way zoomed in. I can almost see your nose hairs. There we go. That was a great face.
Oh, my God. Why? How could you do that to a guest? You do not. You look lovely.
Embrace
it is a little close, but you
Embrace
look lovely. There you go.
I never said she didn't. I just said I could see her nostril hairs. Good morning, Debbie. How are you doing?
I'm fine. How are you?
I am excellent. Now that you're here, especially.
Oh, thank you.
So tell us about what you got going on and why you're here and how things are going.
Well, right on the heels of Stage Time Moana, we will be moving in and putting our set in for Church Basement Ladies, which opens in early May, and it's a really fun show. Music director is Chris Carpenter. The choreographer is Cindy Hogan. And Catherine Patton's the assistant director. So we have a really great creative team.
Yeah, you do.
We've got all local talent, which is great.
Mm-hmm.
And right now they're learning all the dances this week.
So there is. I knew it was a musical. There's dancing too.
There's dancing and there's music and lots of funny script.
The little bits of it that I've caught, the little clips and stuff, and what you guys did for the promo was pretty hilarious. It seems like a really fun show. Now, you've been talking about doing this show for a while, right? I remember hearing about this like last year even.
So I saw the show down in Spokane about 11 years ago, and I thought it was just hilarious. And I thought that would be the perfect size show for Chihuahua.
Yeah.
And so we kind of started talking about it. And when we had the auditions for 9 to 5, and unfortunately we couldn't cast that show because we didn't have enough men, we kind of, and I said, well, let's do the Church Basement Ladies.
Yeah.
And so we kind of started rehearsals, and then that kind of failed. So this is like the second or third try to get this show going.
And now it's going.
It's going.
going. Yeah.
Outstanding.
It's awesome.
Outstanding. Are you in this one too, Paula?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Paula is going to be my dialect coach, so we can all learn how to speak Norwegian.
Yeah, you know.
Well, that sounds like it's going to be a real good time.
Usta. You
Yeah.
know what you're saying, you know.
Well, you got to have your day. You got to go milk the goats and then come on in and have a little supper and catch you a show, Yeah, it'd be a good one.
Oh, my gosh. You're cracking me up.
So we are kind of putting out a call. If you have kitchen type stuff from the 50s or 60s, but they didn't use all those nice silicone and plastic spoons. So, we need big pots and pans, little kitschy kitchen things. We do have appliances. Catherine Patton has a bunch of 1960s appliances in her barn that we're going to use.
I have one of those old vintage milkshake makers with like the metal cup that goes
Ooh,
underneath.
that would be great.
Do you want to use that?
Yes.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Oh,
it's
fun.
green.
Put your
green and avocado.
Yeah,
Great,
avocado. That's probably a better description.
Put a little piece of tape underneath on the bottom with your name on it, so you get it back.
Yes,
Just
I would like to have it. We've never
Paula.
used it, but I would like it back. Right, Paula? On that. I've been debating to use it because it's got one of those old like cords, like the old cloth cord with like without a ground on it. So I've been kind of hesitating using it. I'm not sure, but
as long as you're standing there when it starts on fire, you're fine.
That's
Be monitoring
what circuit breakers are for.
Right, and then Chuck has all those gumball machines too. Do you need a gumball machine?
I think those are from the 80s. I don't know if they're...
think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm really trying to get one of those gumball machines.
Try to get your hands.
You
won't notice it if I just relocate it.
Put it in your pocket.
Keep your hands off my gumball machine. Wow, that's not a euphemism.
So, do you have like a favorite song, or do you have? What do you think? What is your?
Well, there's two songs that I think are just really indicative of the way these church basement ladies run their kitchen.
Yeah.
And one of them is called the Pale Food Polka. Because if you've ever been to the upper Midwest, you know that hot dishes, not casseroles, hot dishes are predominantly creamed, sauced, not very colorful.
Tater tots.
Oh,
Yeah.
hot dish. Yeah.
Hot dish.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice tater tot.
Tater
Oh.
tots, yes.
Well, I don't know if were tater tots invented then, because they were invented by a fellow.
Well, now I have to look that up.
In the Quincy Moses Lake area.
Really?
Orida, I believe, and he's got a grandson that's playing basketball for BYU right now. So.
You know an awful lot about this tater tot person.
Well, Gino was watching the BYU game, and the commentator was doing a thing, and they were showing, invented in 1953.
So yes.
Well, God bless that man because
Ontario,
that is one
Oregon.
of my favorite forms
I
of
was
potato.
wrong about that, where it
I
was.
love it.
It's okay. We're going to go with your story, Sharon, because we know that Wikipedia can be edited by everybody, and Gino's story is better.
Yep. Every time.
Yeah, and then the other one of my favorite songs is sung by Chris Grooms, and it's called "My Own Personal Island," because she's starting to have menopause hot flashes.
Oh, how funny!
And so she's always dying and trying to get in the refrigerator or the freezer, and so they're really funny. Great songs.
There now.
Nice. So how long is the play?
The play will be about 2 hours, maybe 2 hours, 15 minutes with an intermission. Depends on how fast we can get the songs learned and how fast we can go. We're doing it with the band in a box.
Oh,
so
nice.
we have to be up to speed.
Band in you mean so it's all pre-recorded?
It's all pre-recorded, yeah.
Oh, yeah, you have no leeway with that.
Nope.
Yep. So you guys brought in a little bit of a little script to sort of do a little bit of the show.
We have 2 women from the Church Basement Ladies with us now.
Really?
Hello
right here?
there. This is Linda from East Cornucopia, Minnesota.
And my name is Susan. I live there too.
Our show, Church Basement Ladies, opens on May 9th and runs through May 18th.
This is a great show about the 4 ladies who run the kitchen at the Lutheran Church of the Prairie in my hometown.
This is where we cook all the great hot dishes. Can't forget the lutefisk and lefse.
Oofta, and all the pickles.
And the coffee, because every good Lutheran
is still looking for the word coffee in the Bible.
Did you know that lutefisk goes all the way back to the Vikings?
Yeah, it was part of their plan.
To conquer the world.
Oh, that must be why it smells so bad.
Oof, you can say that again.
Yeah, sure, you betcha.
Nice. So are those tickets available now?
The tickets are not available now. They probably will be available in mid-April.
Mid-April. Okay, perfect.
And they'll be online and then also at the local outlets.
Yeah. Our plan is to have tickets available at least 2 weeks before an opening night. Yeah.
So I want to talk a little bit about you and your past, Debbie. So now I know you have a very musical background. Tell us about that. You're a music director, I believe, in your church. Is that right?
Well, I was a music major in college until I started taking education classes and realized that I didn't like children. So
I call them OPCs, other people's children. Yeah.
So so my dad said get a business degree, and I did. And but I've always been involved in music. I did theater quite a lot. Back-to-back shows until I started having kids. And I did have my own, yes. And I do love them.
Well, your own kids are different.
They're less annoying sometimes. I don't know.
We have some great kids around here.
And then I went into church music. Excuse me. I went into church music because it wasn't quite so demanding. And I was a church music director and organist for 40 years. I just retired in December.
Wow. Well, so was it primarily in the church, or did you ever travel or do any?
It was in the church.
Okay.
And it was great, and I loved it. And it's kind of nice not to have to get up on Sunday mornings if I don't want to now.
Oh, I'll bet. So how long have you been involved in the theater here in Chewelah?
I got involved in the theater when we had the event, and we marched down to the theater space following Joe Trudeau on the bagpipe. I think that was probably 2016. It was kind of the public unveiling of the space that would become
Very cool.
the theater. And I just fell in love with it. And my background has been in arts management and grant writing back in Washington, D.C. And so Don McLaughlin said, I think you should join the board.
Yeah.
And so I did. And I love the hands-on nature of the board, being able to, go on Saturday mornings and paint and jackhammer and do all the fun stuff.
Get your aggression out.
I call it a working board because everybody works and does what they want and what they care about. You know, we've got Melissa on the board who does set making, And she's so good and cares about that. And she does other things for the board. And Debbie does, she does our accounting and she's our treasurer, and she's just excellent at that. In fact, I took one of the forms that she'd done for our reports to the chamber, and they've copied it.
Oh,
Because
nice.
they said they liked it so well.
Very
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
Right, and she wields a mean paintbrush.
Right?
I've seen the paintbrush going.
Yep.
Lots of other stuff.
Whoa, and a jackhammer.
I was
She's
gonna
good at
say.
that,
Oh,
too.
yes.
And I heard
They let me play with power, too.
I was going to say, and don't you do the front hoe thing, the machine thing, the digger thing?
Yeah.
No, they have not let me
Okay.
do the digger machine. I got to stand on it once.
I was going to say, I thought I saw you on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, then there's folks that do the lighting. There's folks that do the lighting and electrical, and you've got John White. He does the carpentry work.
Yeah. And he does a lot of electrical, too.
Yeah, and Jay, of course. Jay.
Yeah.
My
Yeah, and
goodness,
Bob
Jay.
Stevens.
Yeah.
And
Bob Stevens. Yeah, he does all the stage lighting and all that.
And some of those are volunteers, and some of them are board members. We
Yeah.
have volunteers and board. Well, the board members are volunteers.
Yeah, I was going to say it's all volunteer.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And I do, since we have so many people here from the theater, a huge thank you again from the radio station for everything you guys have done for us throughout the years. Even as I look out there and look at our black velvet curtains and new stage curtains and stuff, that's all courtesy of the theater. And as we move into our 15th year, we just had our 14th birthday a couple weeks ago right here. In our 15th year officially now, I don't think the history of the station and the theater have always been so heavily intertwined. We've always been kind of partners in everything throughout the history of the radio station. You guys working with Scott to even community celebrations to even get the whole thing going. So huge thank you to that. And I don't have my applause button.
Yay!
Clap, 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 clap.
Yes,
clap,
I
clap.
do. There we go. Thank you
There
guys
we
for
go.
that.
Well, so I want to go back to Church
Okay.
Basement Ladies because I have friends who are in the show. So tell us, Debbie, who's in the cast?
All right. So, our matriarch of the Church Basement Ladies is her name is Vivian Snewstead, and that is played by Trish Alt.
Nice.
And then Mavis, who is kind of the tomboy of the group. She's a farm wife, but her husband keeps getting hurt all the time, so she has to take over the farm duties. Can fix anything. That is played by Chris Grooms, and she is just hilarious in that role.
Chris is
Oh,
amazing.
I bet she's amazing. Yeah, I was just going to say, yes.
And then we have not quite stuffy, but a little conservative person, and that is, okay, now I'm blank. That is Karen, and that's
Nice.
played by Jessica Moore.
Mm-hmm.
And her bound for college daughter, who is Signe, is played by Bethany Bennett.
Very cool.
Oh, fun.
And then the pastor, who kind of tries to oversee the ladies but doesn't do a very good job, is played by Ed Bryan.
Very cool.
And he's out of Deer Park.
Very cool. Very cool.
Now, some of those have been involved with the theater before, but some of them haven't. You've got some newbies, don't you?
Yeah. Trish is
Yes.
new, and Chris is new. I mean, Chris, I think the original idea was to have Chris and Cora be in this together. Before Cora, takes off. But with her tennis schedule, it just didn't work out. And I think she was just kind of heartbroken that she couldn't act in a show
Right.
with her mom.
Well, of course, Chris
Cora
was
is
in
Chris-
our
yeah.
radio play. It's-
Chris was in the radio play,
Wonderful
and her
Life.
daughter got to see her here.
Yep.
And Cora's, of course, brilliant. She was in, of course, she's in stage time and everything.
Yes, and she plays the grandma, and she's got
Oh
a
my
beautiful voice, and the death scene was wonderful.
Oh my
Wow.
gosh, I can't wait. I didn't know that. Oh, I'm so
Yeah.
excited to see it. But Cora was also in my Shakespeare play last summer. She was in Midsummer Night's Dream, and she was actually, I found her and asked her if she had time to do a bit part, right? And she's like, yeah, I can do a little bit. Well, of course, by the time the show ended, I realized with kind of horror, because I felt bad, that Cora was the one on stage the longest. Because when I rewrote the play for the number of actors that we had and with how we did it, Cora's role ended up becoming absorbed into 2 or 3 other roles.
Yeah.
So she was literally on stage more than anybody else in one facet of her role or another. And she had more lines, and I just felt so bad. I'm like, oh, sorry about that bit part, Cora.
Or did you increase her role because once she got
I
started,
did.
you saw how amazing she was,
Well,
and you're
I
like,
just-
oh, this girl's
It
got to do
wasn't.
more.
I wish I could say that. I knew she was
Yeah.
amazing, of course. I
Yeah.
had seen her in other shows, but it was so funny because I'm like, oh, okay, Cora. Well, I'm going to have to merge this, kind of silent helper of the mayor's into this director part for the mechanicals, and it
Mhm.
only makes sense if you can do this as well because you're already there.
Right.
And she just smiled and was like, okay. So
Kind
yeah.
of like when I used to do construction handyman work. Hey, since you're already here.
Right, exactly. Hey, by the way, we need to move the set this way on the grass, but you can do it, no problem.
So, Debbie, the first woman you mentioned that was new, she's not new to theater. She's just new to Chihuahua.
She's not new to theater. She had done theater early on, and then she had actually taught theater to her elementary and middle school students.
Oh,
Okay, and her name again?
Trish Alt.
And she's been in the area, what, a couple of years?
I think, a couple of years, not very long.
And of course, Trish, now our new friendly face when you go to the city hall to pay your utility bills.
Is that the same person?
She's Annie's replacement.
Oh, okay.
I remember I was over there talking with her.
She said that, yes.
Yeah, I was over there talking with her when she first auditioned, and she came out in the hallway. She's like, oh, "I just got a part in the play. I haven't been in a play in so many years. I'm so excited." Yeah, she was very excited. And
I didn't know that was the same Trish.
there was a lot of, I wouldn't say concern, but a lot of people are really going to miss Annie. She did such a phenomenal job over there. I think we're in good hands with Trish.
Yeah,
I think
and
she's
it's
really
not just Trish. It's Trish and Vanessa.
Trish and Vanessa. Yeah.
Yeah. So
well, of course,
Vanessa is still
Vanessa's
there.
got it.
So then back to your cast. So we have Mrs. Bennett.
Bethany.
Now, she's recently just new, too. I mean, she's done some good parts, but she just started back into theater with a one acts, didn't she?
She wasn't in the radio play a year ago.
Uh-uh.
Okay,
No, she
so
wasn't.
she was in the one acts where I think she was in at least two of them.
Yeah.
And taken over. Bethany is awesome.
She's not. She's going for it.
Yeah.
Just wonderful. Lots of energy. She's a hoot. I love Bethany.
Okay, and then Jessica Moore. What kind of experience has she got? You don't know.
I'm not sure because it's really early, and that auditions were a while back. She's very accomplished, so I know she has experience in acting and in singing. She's got a lovely voice.
Yeah.
Oh, fun! I can't wait.
But this is exciting because it shows the community that you can be experienced or not, and you can come have fun, and you can learn, and you can grow in the theater.
Exactly.
What a good experience for
And
people.
we have two people that have kind of fell into the theater fairly recently that because they're both new at it, we brought them both on as stage managers.
Oh, very cool.
Yes.
And they are diving right in. They're seeing things that need to be done. They're
Yep.
writing notes for props. It's Brenda Myers.
Yes.
And Brenda
Yep.
started helping at the concessions in the box office.
Well, she started with the Labyrinth.
I was going to
She
say,
just showed up.
she showed up at the Labyrinth and helped me put the lights up. And
She
we're
just
like
pulled,
cousins
pulled up
from-
on her side by side. She's like, "Hey, you guys need help?"
Oh my gosh, it was awesome. And we're
Well,
like, yeah.
I teased her the other day and said, "So your MO is that you just show up and we put you to work?" And she said, "Yep, you've got me figured out."
Brenda, come on over to the radio station,
Right.
please.
And then the other stage manager, it's Brenda and
The other stage manager is Mariana Thrasher, who also was just showed up to visit the Labyrinth, and we started talking.
Nice.
And she said, I live right across the street. I've been meaning to get involved in the theater. And I said,
Very cool.
hey, I think you'd be a good stage manager.
very nice.
And the
what a-
person she was with said, yes, she would. She's very bossy.
And what a rock star name.
Well, and
Yeah,
she's,
right.
and she's come and helped us set up for events before. Come across the
Yeah.
street. Yeah.
What-
Yeah, she's really nice.
And how. I just totally lost what I was going to say.
English.
Come on, with a
I know,
Minnesotan accent.
Oh, I was trying there, but I totally lost what I was going to say. So,
sounded
is
Irish.
this your first? This is. I mean, obviously, this is not your first play directing? How many plays have you directed
this
at
is
the
her
theater?
first full.
This
Yeah.
is actually my first
This-
full play. I
What?
directed one of the one acts, and I have been an assistant director years and years ago.
Okay.
But
Well, you're just so
Accomplished.
confident and
Yes.
comfortable with it. It just seems like
Well,
this is just
she's-
old
we'll
hat
wait till
to
the
you.
blocking rehearsals next week, and we'll see.
She's directed things at her church because she borrowed costumes from us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and one thing, what I was going to say that I totally tripped over my words on earlier was, you're talking about, coming in, being a stage manager. I think coming into it applies, I think, too, for just about any profession, industry, job, hobby, whatever you're interested in. To do all the different roles involved with it helps you understand it so much better and be a better volunteer. Helps you just understand the way things work inside and outside, and it just helps everything go smoother when you have people around you that know, okay, you can put them in this slot, you can put them in this slot, you can put them in that slot, or vice versa. When they're directing their own play, they know exactly what to tell all these different people. It's sort of like working in a restaurant. If you work the front of the house and the back of the house, and you know all these roles, it's a lot easier for you to direct these people.
Have you gotten to the vomit stage yet? Okay. That's the day before.
No.
I was laughing. Catherine, we were doing the murder mystery, and Catherine was pulling up, and I was pulling up, and I'm like, Catherine, does this feeling ever go away? I want to be sick again. I'm just so nervous. And she's like, no, I don't think so. Not for you, Paula. You're too detail oriented, and you're thinking of everything. She's like, no, I think you're always going to feel this way right before your show goes on.
I started doing theater as a small child, I think in first grade, and I took a long time off between high school and sort of kind of getting back into things a little bit. But I used to always think there was something wrong with me because I've never had stage fright.
It wasn't. See, there's difference.
Yeah.
So I've been a singer, vocalist, right, performing with my band. I've been an actress, performing in a show. There's something very unique about being a director when you're responsible for the whole show.
Oh yeah,
and everybody
yeah.
in this show and everything in this show. And the way that I am so far reacting to it, from my previous experiences, is that the day before, it's like you have to let go. It's out of your hands, and the show's going to be what the show's going to be. At this point, you're letting it go. And so I think the night before even the murder mystery, I was, does everybody have what they need? What do they have? What do I have to do? Do I have all the details accounted for? Do I have, I had brought spare tablecloths. I had brought extra easels. I had brought, everything I could think of, right?
And then some.
Right? So it's just too funny. So yeah, I'm interested to see how you handle the day before opening.
Gee, thanks. Thanks for the heads up.
I think that's true in anything that you love.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Years ago, we were foster parents for 10 years or more. And every time a child was going to go either adopted out, which we had some, or go back home, I would be physically sick for 2 or 3 days because I'd learned to love those kids so much.
Oh, yeah.
So anything you learn to love, there's a point where, you get physically sick because either you're going to lose it or you're going to, it's happening right then,
I guess to say I don't get stage fright, but I do get, I've been on the back end of things enough for multiple events and stuff. It's that pre-event panic that I get. You've probably all seen it from me.
Yeah.
I get 3 or 4 days before and realize all the things I put off to the last minute or didn't do.
We've
or
been
still need
meaning
be done.
to talk to you about that.
I know,
When
right?
your eyes get this big and you refuse to respond to people anymore. That's when we know.
Yeah, I don't even know. Stop texting me.
Well, I feel really comfortable and confident with the creative team and the
You've
backstage
got a lot of
crew.
great
We've got a bunch of people who are detail oriented. I'm detail oriented, but I've got other people so we'll make sure that nothing slips through the cracks.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah. Are there other things involved with the theater that you'd like to talk about?
Well, we do. If you've seen the parking lot, you can.
Yes.
You can see that was our big project this last year.
Mm-hmm.
We are starting on a capital campaign. If you've been in the theater, you've seen the plans. We are going to build a lobby and a meeting room and a commercial kitchen off to the south side of the building.
Awesome.
It's about a $1.5 million project.
Yep.
So we're hoping over the next 18 months to raise about a third of that locally. Because if you can show that you've gotten commitment for that much money, then pretty much we should be able to get grants for the rest.
Right.
Because, that shows a good community buy-in. So that's our next big project that we're working on at the theater.
Yes.
And it's really exciting. We'll...
and the plans are up in there. You can go in the theater and you
plans
can
are
see
up
the plans.
in the theater
Yep.
over by the popcorn machine. And so it'll increase our capacity probably by about another third.
Yep.
So we'll be able to have bigger shows.
Nice.
Not just the capacity, but just the sheer production value and the whole experience. I'm so looking forward to it.
Yeah. Well, and a couple things. One, Debbie's our grant writer.
Yeah.
And of the many, many, many grants she's gotten, she's only been turned down once or twice.
Yeah.
She just
That's
is
awesome.
very good at grant writing. And I had another thing, and it's at the brain. But if I can think of it, I'll tell you.
No, and grant writing is such a valuable skill.
Oh, yeah.
And you can be good or bad at it. And there's times two people can apply for the same grant doing the same thing, and one person gets it based on their skills.
Yeah, how well they did it.
And I think there's another thing too. Once you get into that cycle and you start getting those bigger grants, it makes it easier to then continue to get the bigger grants, because then you can really show what you've been doing.
Well, and we got a big state grant for the first part of the project, and they had 10 grantees, all of them on the west side.
Yep.
Except for us, and all of them $1 million projects.
Yeah.
And we had a $500,000 project. And they were just so excited to have outlying areas not in the Seattle area.
Right.
And so most of these big things are really looking for opportunities to branch out into the underserved counties.
Yep.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Well,
and that was an exciting grant because we got a new roof. And before that, we had
Yes.
buckets all over the building collecting rainwater.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Well, and grant organizations, they like to see the impact that it's making on the community. And talk about 70 kids involved in a play with the production value that Stage Time puts into these shows.
Right.
And they all get school credit.
Well, the high school and junior high kids do.
Yeah.
Just think about that. That's 2 kids. That's the parent. That's 140 parents, just the parents.
Yep.
And then the grandparents, you double that, right? I mean, just in the families coming to see the show.
Well, and the experience that kids get from
Oh my
not
gosh.
just the theater experience, but the confidence boost and the interactions that you get. There's a ton of. I mean, if you do the studies on the benefits of theater for kids, it branches out to almost everything you could ever do in your life.
Yeah.
Well,
So-
and we do our Thursday and Friday daytime shows for local schools. And this year we've got 6 shows between Thursday and Friday, and we have between 100 and 150 coming to each show. And that's some of those kids. In fact, I'd say half of those kids will not see live theater.
Yeah.
And so this is an opportunity for local kids we've got Inchelium coming, we've got Summit Valley, Chewelah. We've got all kinds of schools coming. Those school kids, this is a real good opportunity for them. And amazingly, we have a bunch in the cast this time that are new that saw Rudolph and wanted to be part of it.
Yeah.
That is so cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and so, it expands their horizons. We've got a family that comes from Colville for rehearsals, and they're bringing their kids down, from Colville. We've had kids come from Deer Park and Valley, and all
Oh,
we
yeah.
have several in the cast from Valley area, from the Valley School. So, it just expands because we have such a good program. Well, we have Janet. That's why we have such a
Right.
good program.
Well, I mean, look at what Jessica Cochran's been doing now
Oh,
too
yeah.
with this show. I mean,
Yeah.
wow!
Yeah.
Talk about
and
stepping
she's
into some big
she's
shoes
doing
and
the
filling them.
directing and the choreographing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, she's doing the choreographing, but
Right.
I mean, that's amazing. That's
Yeah.
why she's young and she has all that energy.
Right.
Yeah.
But to be able to essentially for this one show is step into those shoes and fill them so beautifully and wonderfully.
Well, and she lives in Spokane now. So she's coming from Spokane
up.
Wow.
to direct and to run the show.
Even in some bad weather the last month
Yeah.
or so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Of course, her parents live here in Chihuahua,
Yep.
so she's able to stay over if she needs to. But she does live in Spokane, and she teaches dance in Spokane, so she's got to be back to her classes that she teaches.
Wow.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Wow. And of course, I don't want to say too much, but our thoughts go out to the Cochran family for her dad.
Yeah.
He's going through some health issues, and we all
Right,
wish him the
right.
best, and hope that he gets better soon. Get
Yeah.
better soon, Keith. We need you.
And they have a GoFundMe out
Yeah, they do.
for him.
They do.
Yeah.
They do. I think we've shared that on our KCHW Facebook page, and I think most of the organizations, if you go to their Facebook page, they've shared that.
Mhm.
There's a few other places. I think a lot of people just you can Google it. Keith Cochran GoFundMe and help the family get through these times. So
Yep. Yep.
good guy, and he's been an excellent police chief.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we cut you off. We went off
I'm
to
sorry.
another tangent.
I'm
Is there
sorry.
anything else you want to tell us?
Nope. I think that's it. This early, that's all my brain has.
Right. So we do have a little bit
Come
of
to the show.
we do have a little tidbit here from Carrie listening online.
Yes.
She has some information about French fries and tater tots. So she says the cuttings from off the French fry cutter. Oh, my
And
computer
yes,
screen
and
keeps
yes
jumping
from
around.
Pacific Northwest.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
Griggs Brothers Orida factory, where the tater tot was invented, was located in Ontario, Oregon, on the
Yeah.
border with Idaho.
Yep. Yep.
Very cool.
Yeah, and I was
Thank you-
thinking
thank
it
you,
was
Mr.
the
Orida.
Moses Lake area because they have an Orida plant there because I grew up in Quincy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
So they chopped up all of the extras from the French fries and made tater tots out
Yep.
of them?
yeah.
Genius.
Wow, cool.
That's why they're so good.
Right? It's all the extras.
Yeah.
There's something magic about a nice, hot, crispy tater tot.
Well,
in an air fryer.
Yeah.
The air fryer is the most magic appliance that's ever been invented.
That's what I hear. We do not have an air fryer.
I've got one that's sort of it's an older one, and it's sort of intermediary between a toaster oven and an air fryer. Works better than either, and it gets up to 500 degrees.
Ooh, wow.
With it's basically a little convection oven, but man, that thing works so much better than my air fryer. It's amazing. But I digress. Anyway,
Did you know that Vicki Lawrence is 76?
No.
I know, right?
wow, from the Carol Burnett show.
Yes.
Yeah.
Singer
Wow.
actor Vicki Lawrence from Mama's Family and the Carol Burnett Show.
She must have been young.
She
when
was.
she was on the show.
She was in high school, and she went
Wow.
and bugged Carol until Carol finally gave her an audition. I saw an interview on it, and she looked so much like Carol, and she had so much talent, and she was so scared. And on this show, Carol was showing some of the early clips from her, and she was so scared to do the the acting and stuff, but she just really grew into that role. People thought she was actually Carol's sister.
I was going to
She's-
say, yeah.
Because she looked so much like her.
And now she's a legend.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
Like the skits from that show are just unreal.
Yeah.
Here's one to make us all feel old. Keira Knightley is 40.
So I don't know who that is because I don't watch
Pirates of the
movies.
She was in Pirates of the
Oh my
Caribbean,
God.
and she's been in
She
a bunch.
was in Love Actually,
Yep.
the Christmas movie.
Wasn't she
She
in?
was in some old like classic Jane Eyre type
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
I don't remember what it was, but
Yeah, wasn't it?
it wasn't Pride and Prejudice, was it?
Yes, it was Pride and
Okay.
Prejudice. I think she was in Pride and Prejudice, not the one with zombies.
Oh,
But
that's
the other
my
one.
favorite.
The other one, yeah.
That and Abraham Lincoln Vampire
Yes.
Hunter.
Oh,
are my
yes,
favorite.
That's a good one.
absolutely,
Oh, yeah,
yes.
okay. See, I recognize faces. I don't have names that go with faces.
And how about this one? Steven Tyler of Aerosmith is 77 years old.
Oh my!
Right?
77, and he apparently a couple years ago
They're still performing.
they are, but a couple years ago he actually had a vocal cord injury, a severe vocal cord injury. They thought his career was over. They thought he
Yeah.
would never sing again, and he is actually at 77 years old now, made a recovery, and he's not
I was gonna say,
not
he can't
going
hit the high
100%.
notes, yeah.
But they're doing smaller, a little more mild, I think, acoustic shows where he's actually back on stage singing again. He never thought he would.
I
mean,
saw an interesting PBS special, and it was talking about vocal health.
yeah,
And they were talking about Steven Tyler. And so they kind of showed what the normal vocal folds look like. And so they actually did him after he sang his big high screaming song,
Yeah.
they went in and scoped him and showed what the vocal folds looked like after that much abuse.
It probably looked like Japanese origami.
Yeah, it was ugly.
Oh my gosh!
Wow. Speaking of
Well-
Martin Short, 75 years old.
Right? Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
And did you know, very, very cool story, through the TV show Only Murders in the Building, oh gosh, what was wrong with the other actress?
Martin.
Steve Martin.
Well, Steve
And-
Martin is in it too, but the actress, the
The young
legendary, no, the legendary,
Which one? Meryl
not
Streep was
Meryl
on it?
Streep. Thank
Yeah.
you, Meryl Streep. Meryl Streep and Martin Short are now officially a couple.
Really?
They are officially dating, and to me, that just seems like, because Meryl Streep was one of those. She's been this like Hollywood elite for decades, but when you see interviews with her, when you see her in person, she's actually like the most normal, down to earth, sweet, wonderful person, which you would never think from an actress like Meryl Streep. You know.
No, she's always been really, really humble.
And same with Martin Short. Everything you hear from the stories of Martin Short is just what you see on screen, him bouncing off the walls. That's Martin Short in real life. And the two of them together are just like
That must
my
be
favorite Hollywood
so-
couple right now.
Yeah.
Just absolute sweet, wonderful story between the two of them.
Without supporting it.
Love it.
So I had to
And-
pull it up. Yes, there's marriage plans.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Isn't
Meryl
that
Streep
isn't
and
that
Martin
wonderful?
Short may have been keeping fans in the dark on their relationship, but this article has learned that the two have actually been dating for well over a year. Wow.
And I think she's like 6 inches taller than him too.
I was
which
going
is
to say,
fun.
I know
Yeah,
she's taller.
tall, yeah.
All right.
Huh. I'm sorry, I'm looking at the two of them.
Oh no. To me, I just find them to be the
Right?
and Steve Martin and Martin Short. I mean, talk about
They're doing
the
some
comedy-
awfully cute commercials.
Yeah,
I don't know if you've seen them. They're doing some really cute
Oh, no, I
commercials.
haven't seen the commercials.
On one of the bank cards. And they go into book clubs, bookstores, or they go into other places. And Martin always has to pay because Steve doesn't have any money. And Martin pays with his bank card and how easy it is and all this. And it's pretty funny. They have some good commercials.
Well, and the two of them, they've been doing stuff together since the SCTV days, haven't they? Since before SNL.
Yeah.
Isn't that when they met in Canada, doing the with them and Rick Moranis and John Candy and them.
Yeah, it was a crew.
Back in the day, yeah. So, God, just and talk about like a true friendship that's just stayed throughout the years. Steve Martin and Martin Short, they're just they've toured together doing comedy shows. Great, it's fun to see them. Only Murders is one of my favorite shows on right now.
Right, we've got the trivia up about Murders in the Building, and of course Meryl Streep and Martin Short. I don't know if you can see over here our screens going on. We have the timeline, their timeline here.
A timeline of the show or
No,
of
of
the
the
actors?
relationship.
Relationship.
Yes.
We have to have the gossip, you know.
Right. When did they start doing stuff together?
Well, they officially started. It says Meryl Streep and Martin Short have been friends for years, but in 2020.
I thought you were talking about Martin Short and Steve Martin.
No.
Oh no,
Oh,
you
okay.
want that one? I'll put that one up too.
Oh no, I want to hear this. Give me the tea. Spill it.
Right? But in 2024, things took a romantic twist. The
Ooh.
actors have been dating for well over a year as of March 13th, 2025. While the couple has never officially confirmed their relationship, Short even clarified that he and Streep are generally just pals. But this is an old article, and now rumors of their wedding are coming up.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, I love that.
Isn't that cute?
But
It must be awful to live your life in the public eye.
could
like
you
that.
imagine?
It must be.
Everything, right?
People in a radio show in
Yeah.
Wheeler, Washington are talking about your
Because
relationship.
most of us change our mind or do different things. And most of us do things we really don't want everybody
world to
knowing
know.
about or seeing about,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
you make mistakes or you change, whatever.
Well,
Yeah.
we are out of time. It is 9:00. It is time for us to get out of your hair. Really quick, though, we have another message from Katie. Did
Yes.
you know that ORIDA stands for Oregon and Idaho?
I did not know that.
I did not
know
either.
that.
Yeah. Makes sense, though. All right.
Oh, yeah.
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 Interesting. Well, I have some hash brown patties in the freezer that I'm going to go stick in the air fryer right now and probably fry up an egg and stick it on top of there. But in the meantime, we want to thank you so much, Debbie, for coming on the show.
No problem.
We appreciate it. Don't forget Moana coming up this weekend.
That's right.
Church Basement Ladies, tell us the dates.
May 9th is the opening night, and it runs that weekend, 7 o'clock on Friday and Saturday, 2 o'clock on Sunday, and then the next weekend, starting on the 16th, Again, the same times. And I think the Sunday matinee tickets will go fast because I have been involved with 2 churches down in Spokane, and both of them are planning on bringing huge groups
how fun.
up here
Oh, cool.
for the matinee.
Very cool.
Oh, how fun. So get your matinee tickets early if you want to go to the matinee.
Very, very cool. And coming up also, don't forget, Moana coming up this weekend. There was something else. The wine,
the poetry.
The poetry, on
poetry and
April 5th.
wine, April 5th, next weekend at the Chihuahua Center for the Arts.
And the Recycled Art Show for the first Thursday Art Walk.
First Thursday Art Walk next week. And don't forget, the sign-up forms for Chihuahua's Got Talent are out. I have paper ones in my hand.
Yes.
I'm waiting to get the approval to get the other ones
He's
online.
got invisible paper ones.
I have invisible paper ones right here in my
Here's
hands,
a piece
folks.
of paper you can
I'm
hold. There we
looking.
go.
But we have those out. We've already got a couple of sign-ups, hoping to get a bunch of folks and some really good prize money this year. Don't forget, you can stay tuned right here tonight on KCHW from 6 to 8 p.m. with Music for the Mountain. 8 to 10 p.m. is Dirt Road Blues with our very own Dirt Road Doug McQuain live in the studio. Then from 10 p.m. to 1 a.m., we have Planetary Radio, Sea Change Radio, Echo Shock Total, and Earth Date. And tomorrow morning on the KCHW Morning Show, it'll be myself and Scott with Craig popping his head in to join us for the second half of the show as we bring in Sammy Eubanks, who is a regional singer. I believe he has won the award, the prestigious award of Washington State Vocalist of the Year. I don't even know how many times.
Several times, yeah.
Yes, several times. And we are going to have him joining us tomorrow morning on the KCHW Morning Show. So tune in then. And in the meantime, you guys have a great day. Say goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
You're listening to KCHW 102.7, your Northern Lights Public Radio.
It's 9:03.
Your KCHW Morning Show.